Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And this is my review of Monday Night Raw, 31st May 2021. And this show, like every other show, every other week, this was an bad show, I would say. But the main event really saved this show single-handedly. And the main event actually felt like it was kind of a paper, kind of a another show kind of stuff from another company kind of feeling was there because the way they had the 2 hours of wrestling, that was bad. And the rematches things continue as well. That's not getting over, and it's still continuing. And every time I actually I actually watch Raw and plans to make the review. I was like, I would be tired, because the rant I would be making every week, because they are not improving. They're just like that, how they were every week. And they're just passing out the week, and no storyline moment. uh, I don't know why. I don't know what they are doing. So, anyways, we get into the show then. So we saw that in the start that the main two matches were Styles and Omos versus Elias and Jackson Riker for the Raw Tag Team Championships, and Shayna Baszler versus Reginald. And second match actually was the main match. I was saying that was Drew McIntyre versus Kofi Kingston. This was announced last week, the rematch that they had, because Lashley and MVP interfered. And if Lashley and MVP interferes this time, they would be suspended for 90 days without pay. So that was the stipulation here, kind of a gimmick, that was statement here by Adam Pearce. And winner faces for WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. So a very good match. A good match coming. I thought about that because last week they had the good match. They had a good match. So we start off first of all with Miss TV segment, and this was a nice, entertaining segment, I would say. It's always fun to see Miss and John Morrison doing their comedic stuff, and they does well. It's one of it's not one, it's two of the superstars who's like, whatever they does, that feels funny actually. And I like them actually, whatever they does. And only they can do that. So that's what they have. So there are many, like R-Truth as well. He's one of a kind. So we haven't seen R-Truth in this show. So I liked it. So Nikki Cross comes up as Charlotte Flair, and Rhea Ripley were the guest, and they had the kind of a normal promo, because Charlotte Flair mocks Rhea Ripley for what she lost last week in 2 minutes against Nikki Cross. And Nikki Cross says she can beat Charlotte in 2 minutes, and she actually said she wins. She said that I would be beating in you 1 minute. So that creates an anger for Nikki Cross, and Nikki Cross slaps Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair is pissed, and she's furious. And that made a match, another beat the clock challenge. I mean, they are treating uh, Nikki Cross as a jobber. I don't know why they are doing this. She has returned from such a long time. After that Alexa Bliss breakup, they didn't gave her a kind of a welcome. They inserted into that lumberjack match, the men's lumberjack match. And now you are. I'm glad she got the music entrance here, because naturally, normally she didn't get that. So that was it. So Nikki Cross's Charlotte Flair beat the clock challenge. And if this was not the beat the clock match, man, that would have been very good. But this had nothing, man. Nikki Cross beats the time, and she just roams around, Nikki Cross. And she was just timing. So why the hell you could waste your energy if you can pass out time? You could pass out the 2 minutes easily. So Nikki Cross beats the time, and then she beats Charlotte Flair. Nothing to she actually, in the finish moment, Charlotte actually tries the figure four leg lock, but the time was over and Nikki Cross won. And she's very happy. she's very happy and excited, and I think she would be facing Raw Women's Championship. But the way they did, I don't know, man. The way they did build up a kind of a new challenger for the Raw Women's Championship after this Rhea Ripley as a Charlotte Flair. It's so lame, man. It's so pathetic. I mean, why WWE is framing her like a jobber? Nikki Cross, she was one of the members of the one of the best faction, which WWE actually had dropped the ball, sanity, and she had that Alexa Bliss friendship that run as well, and that was good as well. And she had many good to fair matches in SmackDown as well. I would say that. So why the hell WWE is doing that? I don't know. And they are they are they are kind of bringing up as a new challenger for the Raw Women's Championship, and they are building up like a who beats 4 minute. She actually beat the clock challenge, and she's getting the Raw Women's Championship opportunity. I mean, she didn't beat the champion or the contender as well. So why the hell? What's the storyline going on there? I don't know what they are thinking. First time it was good. It was a change last week, but over and over, if this match was not a beat the clock challenge, if this was a normal match, that would have been fair. That would have been explained well, and it would have been good as well. I know Nikki Cross is good in that ring. I have seen her matches. So I don't know why the so one of the errors that WWE is still doing it, and this was that. So I have no problem in Nikki Cross becoming the next challenger. I will say that, but the way they are doing it, it's so bad. It's not good. And next we saw the RK Bro situation. We saw Riddle with Priest, where actually Matt Riddle or Riddle, you could say, Riddle actually kind of asked to train him to learn the Spanish language. He learned some words. Out comes Randy then, and Randy says if you would come tonight against his match, you could learn a thing or two. And he says he's very excited and all, and he starts over saying like that led to him shutting up and giving the key to Orton and throwing it off, and Riddle finding it. It's so cringe, man. While Orton doing this, I mean, we haven't seen Randy Orton's this kind of character in many long time, I would say. I don't know when we have seen. So that was, and Orton's look as well is kind of changed because he had a little beard, and he had mustaches as well. So look change as well. So he looked very different. So nice little change. And how about the RK Bro tag team? I think it's good. It's good, going good, but they need that tag team championship opportunity because they are getting way over. They are getting over very rapidly, and they are good as well, and they can be a very good tag team. And yeah, I think so for a 6 months, 7 months run or so, if they are planning it seriously. Yeah, and eventually Randy Orton turning heel. That's the storyline that they would be going eventually. And Randy Orton snaps, and he would be hitting the RKO, and that would be ending. That's the end of the storyline. We all know that good ending. So the second match, which was one of the best match of the first hour, I would say, Randy Orton versus Xavier Woods. And if you want to watch two matches, you could watch the first hour from this match, Randy Orton versus Xavier Woods, and the other match would be the main event. And just don't watch other things because else you can read it somewhere, or you can watch highlights or something, because this show was bad than last week actually. So Orton is a new kind of an Undertaker. I thought about, like, he actually takes a long ass time to complete his entrance actually. And this was a good match, not at the level of last week Woods versus Riddle, I would say, but Xavier Woods targets in the initial moments Orton's arm a lot, and Orton really gave Woods a lot of offense there, and that looked good. And Orton's selling was good, and finish we saw Randy Orton hitting Bro Derek, and Riddle's finisher actually. Last week Riddle hit the RKO, and this time it's Bro Derek, and Orton get the win, and Riddle's happy as hell in the end. Riddle poses because his protege, his mentor is actually using his move. So that's a very happiness moment for him. So he was so happy, and the end Riddle poses, but Orton was also going to have that his patented pose, but he he just he felt like it's too much. It's one step at a time. And Orton's really kind of teaching this guy Riddle the patience, that perseverance you should have to win matches, to have that cohesion as a tag team. And that's really getting understand by Riddle actually. And that's a very good piece of story that there if you focus closely, and that I've actually focused on. So next we saw the video package of Shayna and Reginald that's going on. And Shayna actually snapped last week at the main event of Tag Team Championship, where Reginald was you actually Shayna said that you stay back, but Reginald come out, and that had a distraction. And Natalia rolled up Shayna Baszler, and they retained the tag team championship. So that was the case. And Shayna versus Reginald. Shayna intimidates her like Shayna versus Reginald. You versus me next week, and that was the setup for this match. And Shayna Baszler, I didn't have any interest, but I have that interest that post match thing, if Nia Jax would be attacking or something. That was the point I wanted to see in this match. So before the match, we saw Lashley enjoying with his ladies, kind of a segment that they show. And this match, the match Shayna versus Reginald was okay, I would say. First of all, I didn't like the intergender matches. Just there, I would say this match was just there. Baszler targeted the leg in the early going, but Reggie with a lot of that athletic moves and that that speed advantage and all he shows. But the pyro again comes up from the turnbuckle that led to Reginald getting roll up, and Nia Jax is happy and hugging for beating Shayna Baszler. I don't know where they are going. I think either Alexa Bliss, because that's stuff being done by Alexa Bliss or Lily. I would say Alexa Bliss is anywhere related to Lily. So I think they are going with Alexa Bliss storyline. I think so. What's the thing Nia Jax could be doing then? And Nia Jax as a Shayna Baszler, I actually thought about, but it's good where like Shayna Baszler is going with Alexa Bliss. And next we saw backstage Drew McIntyre normal babyface promo he had, and he said one of the highlighting point that he said he was you didn't beat Brock Lesnar, buddy, which I did, and he respects him as he says. We saw Drew McIntyre was wins the kind that they show in WWE shows that he won the Royal Rumble and on WrestleMania and all, and they show Brock Lesnar. They also Brock Lesnar as well. And I'm like they are stating, and this was not only the only thing, because later on the night he was also stated by Kofi Kingston as well in the promo. So lots of Lesnar names being pulled off in the show. So I think they are really trying to have that Brock Lesnar coming back at SummerSlam kind of teasing. Maybe I think so. Maybe he would be coming. Maybe Brock Lesnar would be the one who would be beating Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. So I think so. So before SummerSlam, people expecting him to show SD as well in SmackDown as well. But that's more interesting. That side is more interesting because we have Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman situation going on. He can come for WWE Championship as well. I think so. Maybe. So match fourth match, which was Mace and T-Bar, just thrown away match. Lucha House Party, Jobber Tag Team, and video package. Then we saw triple threat match for NXT Championship opportunity, which is tomorrow. And I totally forgot this match because of this huge weekend that we had, double or nothing weekend. This would be a great match, man. I am waiting for this. So squash match. This was squash match. Mason T-Bar versus Lucha House Party, that match just to fill time. I don't want to talk about it. They are just there. They did that retribution thing. They really dropped the ball to the hell. And next we saw Alexa's playground segment, and she describes Reginald his victory, and she says what you say, Reginald, be there or be square. She says something like that. So she was kind of inviting him actually. I actually get confused. Reginald is a he or a her, because sometimes he look like a girl or a boy. I don't know. He's something like a mix. I don't know. I'm not disrespecting kind of thing, but I was just saying that my opinion. Sorry for that. So maybe Nia Jax, Baszler or Reginald. I want Bliss versus Baszler. I think so. That's happening. That would be good to start off Alexa Bliss entering return. So match 5, which was Sheamus versus Ricochet. So sorry about that Reginald comment. I just said in a funny way, so don't care about that. So match fifth, Sheamus is a Ricochet and Humberto. The music hits, and that distracts. And Sheamus actually cut a promo, and the US title picture is so bad, man. They're looking so bad. I mean, what are they doing? I don't know. Sheamus is Ricochet. Sheamus challenges Ricochet, and then Sheamus also said that one come one by one, and Humberto music hits and distract Sheamus, and Ricochet said the victory for via roll up, and that have the victory for Ricochet, and then comes Humberto and Humberto versus Sheamus. This was a kind of a short match as well. Rematch after rematch after rematch. No storyline going for US title picture, and you have just 2 weeks or something for LNSL, and you could have been built a very good storyline with them as well if you could, but you didn't do, man. You're just lazy bookers. So who are the bookers? I don't know. I mean, what they're doing. Match got in the match we saw Humberto that forearm caught blood on. Sheamus actually with blood coming out from his nose, and we have seen those many weeks. So there's nothing new in this match. Humberto picks up the victory by roll up. Remember, he's US champion, man, and he's getting buried by new guys. I mean, first time it was good in WrestleMania Backlash time. After that, and they are over and over. They are burying this US Championship guy, and the title as well. They are just burying this championship. I don't know why they are. It's the same stuff they are doing with Raw Women's Championship, like beat the clock challenge, and you are getting the title opportunity. What the hell, man? I don't know. Uh, just having match after match made I think they are going with maybe next week would be Humberto versus Ricochet. Now they have won, each other would be arguing each other, and they would be having number one contenders match. You could have done this week or last week as well, just dragging upon and just doing nothing, man. You could have an open challenge or something with Shelton Benjamin as well. And what the hell they are doing, I would discuss about that as well. So that's gonna happen. I think so. Ricochet and Humberto Carrillo. Man, you're showing the match on TV so many times that resulting in not interested for the pay-per-view actually. If Ricochet or Humberto wins and they goes on to face Sheamus, I don't care, man. I don't care. It would be a good match if you see storyline wise. What's the story there? You are showing this match every week and you are doing nothing. Then I don't know, man. But no interest to see that match again in pay-per-view. Even Humberto or Ricochet, even I don't know, man. What's the deal here? So this was the US title picture. Storyline is going on very bad, and compared to IC title picture, it's way better. SmackDown is doing way better. Kevin Owens and all. That's good. That's doing very good. And next we saw Eva Marie video package. We saw her in ring, not in ring, ring training and all with a woman. She looked pretty good. Evolution, she says, and first hour is over, and my result for that is bad. This first hour was bad. Only first match that was good was Riddle versus Woods, and that was good. So Orton versus Woods. So sorry, Randy Orton versus Woods, not Riddle versus Woods. On to second hour, then another time filler match. Before that, we saw the video package of the main event, how it formed. The Kofi Kingston was a Drew McIntyre scenario, and then we got to the time filler match, which is not Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. And they are kind of making this as kind of a number. They didn't say number one contenders match. They are trying to have a number one contenders here. They don't have, or they didn't build up the challengers. This was an okay match, I would say. They worked well. Going into this, I didn't have expectation. They worked well. This was a okay match, I would say. Finish, we saw top rope fireman's carry into a neck breaker by Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke getting the victory, and they are the next challengers, I suppose, because they were having the face off outside the ring. So I think so. So that's there just going on there. I'm not interested. No, not very interested in tag team championship scenario, women's tag team championship scenario actually. And next we saw another rematch after rematch. Cedric, I mean, get it over, man. Go with another storyline or leave the hell out of this company. Why are you doing this match? You got the victory. Both got the victory against each other. I mean, what you want to prove here? Cause the one who has broke up, you didn't say or do anything to him, and you are now doing your own thing like a mad people. And are you not done with this, man? Another rematch. So Shelton versus Cedric. Then what's the point of this match? I don't know. I don't know. They should move from this some same ending kind of some. This was a kind of a the second match. This wasn't a minute or so as well. This match, thumb to the eye, the same ending that was there last week. But the last week was had some duration in that match, some working on that was there. This week, thumb to the eye when he was trying a power bomb. Shelton was trying the power bomb into that springboard. Kick gets a pin. I mean, just what are they do just to fill time? Move on, guys. Move on. You have lots of other things to do as well. You could have been a tag team championship. I mean, I don't know what the Raw creative team are doing. They're just breaking up the tag teams, and we have seen another breakup of tag team, which was shocking. I don't know why they did. Elias and Jackson Riker, I'm speaking about, because the next we saw Alex and Jackson Riker promo. Elias says they need to be prepared for almost because he's a big guy, as he says. And Riker is just standing still, no movement. And Elias says, "Have you ever in a battle?" So, and he says, "Have you ever been in a battle?" So he says, Riker says, asked to Elias, and Elias is like, and I have served in. Says I have served in Iraq, and says Riker is a veteran actually. He served in army in military in 2001. As I read about him, I didn't know about him that much. So seventh match, AJ Styles and Omos versus Elias and Jackson Riker. This was for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This could have been made a very good match. WWE could have Raw creative teams could have been made this match very better, but the WWE actually didn't do that. And before the match, we saw Kofi's promo for Drew. He says he didn't like what he said, that I didn't beat Lesnar, but I have done one thing that he's didn't do actually, and that's beat the WWE champion Bobby Lashley, regardless of whatever situation was. And he's gonna become two-time champion. He's confident, and it was a great promo by Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston cuts a very good babyface promo, and I wanted to give that. So they show the footage of his 10 to 11 years career that he had from 2008 of Kofi Kingston before to the main event that we go. And Drew McIntyre took 16 years to be WWE champion, as commentator states. And then we go to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, the match before the main event. And this match was going good. I would say this match would have been good as well if they didn't do what they were doing until WWE decided to turn Elias, because Riker goes for the tag, but Elias abandoned him and stands on the ramp. And rest was history, as almost with a flurry of running clothesline, flurry of running shoulder tackles and all, and Styles then with a phenomenal forearm gets him. I don't know why they break up each and every tag team. I don't know. One of the another ball that they dropped down. Post match, we saw his explanation. Now Jackson and Les are going to their own path, I suppose, against each other. I would suppose for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something rivalry, and they would be forgetting that. No, man. Next, Nia Jax is warned about Reggie going to Alexa playground. He says he'll be fine because as Nia is preparing to celebrate his victory, she's worried about Reggie going to Alexa's playground because Alexa is a different is in a different world every time. And next day, Elias is backstage and he's running after in the backstage, and he sees. Kevin Patrick, the interviewer, he doesn't want to, and he says he doesn't want to be run him with him anymore because he actually they are actually going on road, and he don't want to run with him on road in car and all. Doesn't want to tell him, because he wants to go on his own. He would have told that straightly, man. And Riker won the with the help of Elias. He's selfish, and this was a not this was a not good heel turn. I would say Elias turning heel. I don't know why they were. If he had some plans or something, I would give that. But after Hell in a Cell also, I would wait for that, because I don't. I would do not want to comment straight away after the turn on Riker. So maybe Elias Jackson Hacker would be having the match in Hell in a Cell after the matches in Raw, because they always do like that. Matches in the Raw, and then they pushes them into the pay-per-view that's no one wanted to see, but they do actually. So I think we will wait and see what's it what it what we'll see of Jackson Riker and Elias going forward. I think they would be a kind of a jobber or mid card guys, not a mid card, lower mid card guys. So just to get over and all. Some singles matches would be there, and that's it. They were pretty good doing as a tag team. I mean, I don't know why they are WWE is breaking up tag team. They are in a very urgent need of a very good tag teams actually, and maybe they would be calling up NXT tag teams. I don't know, just to have them job. Don't know, man. I hope so that they don't do and they don't. Bury the NXT tag teams whoever they calls up or whatever they does. So NXT tag teams are so good. They're booking as well, but this man, I don't know why they turned him. Next, Alexa Bliss playground segment. Reggie comes and he says he's happy and he's beat Shayna for taking out his leg and he's happy for beating Shayna Baszler. But Shayna comes and throws out because of her loss and flurry of punch on Reggie, and he's out after that from the frame. And after that, Shayna actually sits and says, and this was interesting. You should have a little chit chat because Shayna thinks that it was kind all the play of Alexa, and we sure as hell actually thinks about like that as well, because Alexa said that she wasn't invited. Lastly, Shayna then tells to Lily that you're just a stupid little dot, and Alexa Bliss and Lily didn't. Lily doesn't do anything. He's a doll. It's a doll, but they didn't like it, and they both they were very angry. So something redemption is coming next week, may kind of attack or something by Alexa Bliss with Shayna Baszler, and I'm very interested to see how they are going with it now, Alexa Bliss, because they are planning to have that in-ring debut for Alexa Bliss. Maybe Hell in a Cell, maybe they can do that. Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler, that would be great. And Shayna Baszler singles, and I would because it would be good because ever she debuted, Shayna was confined to Raw tag team that women's tag team championship, and this is great that she's having the rivalry with one of the two top women's superstar, one of the high profile superstar, women's superstar, and a very good storyline as well. Alexa Bliss storyline is kind of a top two, I would say, top two ranked storyline that's going on. I am excited to see them going one on one. So hope WWE don't drop the ball and they do everything that like that. So that's why I'm telling that. So next we got to Viking Raiders. After this, we saw flurry of segments, many segments, and I mean, nothing was bad in the segments, but this was just there. Viking Raiders are giving tips to Mansoor, that is how to get the fans over, because they are getting back to fans in July, and then Ali comes up and says you should don't trust anyone because he has that experience, if you know what I'm what I mean actually. And Mansoor asks, why do I trust you then? And that's right. I mean, they will be having singles match then next week. I think so. Mansoor versus Mansoor and Ali. That would be making a that would be a very good tag team. Think about like that, having a name or something, that Arabic gimmick that they could follow that. They could have that strong heel gimmick. They can bring about that because I saw that thing. Ali and Mansoor, they are from their same descent, Syria. I think Mansoor is from Saudi. I think it's from I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something. Uh, yeah, Saudi Arabia. Uh, he's from Saudi Arabia. Ali is from Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So that would be a great tag team if you think about like. So next we got that. That's thought I felt about. So next we got the main event: Drew McIntyre versus Kofi Kingston. This was very good match, man. The show entirely was bad, barring that. If you just take out this match, this show had this one match that actually was very good match, and they played out very well. And we see Lashley and MVP dancing around with ladies, and this was a very good match. Main event, we had no interference here, and no interference. I mean, yeah, even Xavier Woods was not there. Because he actually comes down to the ramp, and he just gave him all the best, and he just goes, and that's that. And Kingston's quickness and speed was coming into the point. Actually, in the story of this match was that Kingston's quickness and speed came into the point that he could have gained the victory, but McIntyre with that powerful claymore mid-air to jumping Kingston was enough. And this is a very great competition, I would say, not a back and forth match, because Kofi Kingston was really trying hard to get that moment again, because becoming the two-time WWE Championship from their culture to become that again, to become that proud WWE champion again, that he was trying to. And McIntyre had that great determination that whenever he falls down, he just want to get back up, because he's been in the WWE Championship role like for 1 year or so, because after Brock Lesnar, yeah, after he defeated Brock Lesnar, and then he go on to flurry of storyline with Randy Orton, and then he had a brief storyline with Sheamus, and then he got on to the Bobby Lashley storyline. So he had that grit and determination, and this match was great. So the show thoughts for me, I think main event is save the show. Because rest of the show was bad for me. First hour, I would say, first hour the Orton versus Woods match was very good, a very good match, I would say. But rest all matches were either rematches or the bad matches, I would say. Just rematches and all, like Cedric Alexander thing that they're doing just over and over again. Sheamus US title picture. I just hate to say that what are they doing with US title picture, and I don't know, man. And the only thing that's interesting is Alexa Bliss and Shayna that's coming up. I hope they don't drop this. Maybe like just like Aleister Black thing that's going on SmackDown. They just forgot for a week or something, and they just pulled it, and they just forgot again. And maybe we could not see anything, any explanation or something next week as well. Don't know. I hope so. They don't drop the ball, because this would be a very good singles match and storyline for Alexa Bliss for her in-ring return, and for Shayna Baszler as a single superstar as well as in the main brand. Because before this, she actually made the debut into the tag team picture. Ever since that, she was in that picture only, and she didn't get that kind of a singles kind of a push that she had with a high profile women superstar. So that's interesting stuff that's doing. And the main event, that was great. So average show for me. I'm just I could say this show as a bad, but for that main event, I am saying it as an average. I'm getting a point, giving a point actually. So please do watch the main event. That was very good. Rest you can surely miss out. No storyline was there, no building out was there for any other thing. Scenarios. That's it. This was the Raw show, and I just actually whenever I starts to do the Raw show, I actually said this in the beginning as well. I'm like I would have to rant about this, because that's what they're doing every week and every week. And Raw show, Monday Night Raw, is one of the weakest and pathetic show, horrible show, whatever bad name you can say. I'm not saying this as a promotion or something, but the show itself, because the week after week they are not improving, they're just doing the same thing. And this is one of the weakest show in every week that we see. And even SmackDown is coming into the radar because we cannot prove for that one show that we had last week, but the SmackDown show is coming to that radar. Hope so they turn it around, because that's an air show that's going on for WWE in the main brand, I would say. NXT is doing all right. AW people say that they are not doing good, like 1 year or something. They are all doing all right as well, I would say. Pretty good to good shows, very good shows. NXT as well, and we have Impact Wrestling as well. That's a good to very good show that they are each and every week they are building up. They are doing it. So that's my opinion, man. It's a way they know that WWE knows that we would watch this thing. We would watch this as. So they know that's why they don't care about our fans. So because they are the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. So they are the top guys. So that's why and we do watch them. The eyeballs are all around WWE every time someone is kind of released from any other company. So that's a big organization. So that would be there for decades to come, because AW just started out, and they're not gonna catch up that speedily, that very quickly, I would say. So this was my review. So please put down your comment section. How would you how would you felt about this show? I know you would be felt like this is a bad show, but which match did you like? How did you thought about Orton versus Woods match and the main event match? What did you like that match? Please comment down your thoughts on this Raw show in my comment section below, and be sure to like, share, subscribe. I think we have two more shows. Yeah, for the build up. And what they're gonna do, I don't know. They're gonna do the rematches again and again. We have two more shows. For when they go to the pay-per-view on June 20th, Hell in a Cell. So hope they build up that Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler storyline. They are getting into that storyline in the Hell in a Cell match. So, well, I hope WWE don't drop the ball onto that. That's the thing I'm very interested to see upon. So that's the only thing. And WWE Championship, WWE Championship, we already know. Raw Tag Team Championship, we don't know why the hell they are doing. Are they not gonna? Not gonna like defend the championship, or what's the hell for US championship? Just bad, man, just bad. So that's it. This was my review for Raw show. The more than a rant, or a more than a bad show, more than a bad words than a review or something. I am not happy. You could say every Monday I'm not happy with the, but we have Ring of Honor show that kind of saves me for some good wrestling that we had in that. I'm not comparing it with anything, but I'm just saying because we have Ring of Honor show as well. So I'd be coming with that review in I would say not now, in in some hours, I would say, because yeah, in some hours. So that's it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe, stay energetic. Peace then.